Has anyone ever told you that an antenna can sometimes be built from an old recessed light fixture? It sounds strange, but many seemingly discarded items still have potential. Before I show you how, please find me a spare light fixture. Just remember one thing. Even if the recessed light and its socket are old or even non-functional, they should still respond to power, as that's a sign that there's still something usable inside. First, I'll rework the cracked diffuser surface to prepare for assembly. I'll carefully measure and mark the precise drilling locations, as a proper setup from the start will ensure everything fits together better and avoid unnecessary adjustments later. As you can see, the two holes drilled on the light are precisely sized to accommodate the two male F connectors. These will serve as mechanical and electrical connection points, making wiring and coaxial cable connections neater. Next, I'll prepare two lengths of copper wire. In projects like this, copper wire is almost always present because it conducts electricity well and is often used as a simple signal receiving element. One end of the wire will be shaped to the desired size to serve as the signal receiving end, while the other end will be left exposed for the connection step later. Right now, after processing one end of the copper wire, I'll thread the other end through the male F connector for easier securing and connection later. Doing it this way looks neater and is easier to control when adjusting the position. At the same time, I'm also pre-processing the 2 wires of the light power supply to prepare for the connection step. This is a permanent magnet. I'll now fix it onto the LED chip board to help stabilize the signal reception setup. In this type of assembly, the goal is to use the magnet to hold the component assembly in place, minimizing movement when testing the reception direction, because sometimes even a slight deviation can change the signal quality. This makes the fine-tuning process to find a better signal reception location much easier. Continuing with the base, I'm using a small piece of wood to make a support for the antenna. And to keep everything in place, the hot glue is like a silent assistant, quiet but very diligent. This is a 2x2 electrical domino. I'll use it as an intermediate connection point to neatly bundle the wires together. Next is the coaxial cable. I'll prepare one end to connect to the electrical domino, and the other end will be ready to connect to the TV. And at this final step, I'll add a straight F connector and a 90-degree F connector for more flexible wiring, especially when the space behind the TV is a bit tight. Okay, so the basic assembly is complete. Now I'll take the device out for testing. But before connecting to the TV, I'll check the signal status first so everyone can easily see the actual results. Although the TV is displaying an image, let's monitor it for a little longer to see if it's stable. So, the homemade antenna made from an old recessed light fixture is finally finished, and the most interesting part is probably not the screws or copper wires, but the feeling of transforming a seemingly useless item into something that still works. As you can see, sometimes what you need isn't necessarily a more expensive item, but a little more patience, a little more curiosity, and the willingness to try until the end. Who knows, there might be an old item quietly waiting in the corner of your house for another chance to be repurposed. And now, if you found this video interesting, remember to follow along because next time we might make another old item do something unexpected.